Hi, this is the elementary Sunday school lesson for this coming Sunday, November the 3rd, which is All Saints, All Souls Day. The story for the elementary class is going to be Ezekiel and the Dry Bones from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verses 1 through 14. It's on page 146 of the Shine Bible. It's got a great visual image with it. And so this story is about the God talking to the prophet Ezekiel. And I love what they say here about this in the lesson plan that I'll send you. It's a story of hope amid darkness, a story that easily catches the imagination. Invite children to think about this as a story that's about hopefulness, even though we're talking about, dead people and bones and things like that. And specifically, it says, remind children that today's story is a vision or a dream that Ezekiel received from God. God spoke to Ezekiel through imagination, which I think is a wonderful lesson for kids at this age, that their imagination is also something that is God-given and worthwhile and all that kind of stuff. So through this vision, God gave Ezekiel a message to share with the people that God's Spirit would bring life and hope, like it had infused these dry, dead bones to come to life as an example of infusing hope into things. And this is very much like the Day of the Dead celebrations. So that is what's happening at the same time, right? Many cultures will celebrate their dead and their ancestors with a lot of different things. I have this coloring page for the kids as well, where they can draw a picture of a loved one or pet or something that's passed on. And it can even be historical someone. It doesn't have to be someone they know. But the idea of putting candles around like a gravesite or an altar, and we will have candles in the sanctuary to celebrate people who have passed away. So that'll be a tie-in. The flowers, the marigold flowers especially, are used to decorate grave sites. So these are things going on that they might hear about. And of course, the skeleton decorations on the face and all that kind of stuff are very popular. But this is a real cultural thing that happens, and it coincides with what we're talking about. So while the story itself isn't about the Day of the Dead, it's still about thinking about the dead things and what they can still bring to us, and how we think about hope, even with our familial or biblical ancestors who have passed on. So there's a couple of different things. I was a little disappointed with some of the activities, but it might be a very reflective activity for some kids, which is fine. It absolutely can be. I do have a video I've included that I'll leave the iPad in the classroom so that you can go onto Chrome and cast that onto the TV. That's a song, Dem Bones, which is, I think the kids will enjoy. There's a handout that they can, and I think this might be good to talk about together. So this is about lament, and it's got Psalm 142 for the kids to read through. Lament is a practice in which we express our feelings of hurt, sadness, anger, or grief to God. And so telling kids that it's okay to express these things, it's okay to feel these things and talk about them, all that kind of stuff, I think is important, especially kids at this age. So that's available to you. And like I said, the coloring page, I have about 10 copies of this, which they're welcome to do. And if that's something that, if they don't want to draw a picture, that's absolutely okay. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable, but I'm inviting that option in case it is something that's meaningful to them. There's another page here that I have a couple copies of. So the story about like breathing wind or breath into these dry bones that brings them back to life and is that representation of hope. They have the Hebrew word up here, which I'm not even trying to pronounce one. Oh, why go there? The breath of God is what gives us life. And so, here they have it. Ruach, we're just going to go with that. Ruach is often translated into English as breath, spirit, or wind. And you can search up these scriptures, and I do love when they have to go to the Bible and look up other places because it gets them used to understanding where things are and the connectivity between the different books of the Bible. So this word, you can go to these different Bible verses to see how that word has been translated, right? Is it breath? Is it spirit? Is it wind? Is it air? What do they read in that one verse that they think is the word ruach? So that might be interesting as well. And again, this is something they could do individually, or if it makes more sense, they can work in pairs to do it, which I think can also be fun for them. So all of these things will be in the elementary room. If there's something else you see that you'd like to do in the lesson plan, that's wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.